You're getting really hungry for God. You go on a 3-day dry fast. That means nothing to drink?
Nothing to drink.
I did that. I was so weak when I did that. Would the same thing happen to you?
Yes, I was very weak, Sid. I was so weak, but, I was strong at the same time, if you kind of understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So I was laying on my floor doing this 3-day dry fast. All of a sudden, Sid, I begin to go into this vision, and clouds begin to come before me. And when I came out of this vision, I heard a voice said, "Tonight, revival is going to break out." So as soon as my wife walked in the door from coming from the grocery store.
Did you say anything, or did she know something was different?
She knew something was different, Sid, because she walked in the door. She woke me out of the vision because she said, "What is going on?" So when she came in the house,
what is going
a
on?
literal visible cloud was all over our living room.
Inside your home?
Inside of my home, Sid. It looked like someone took something off a stove, burnt it, and it just smoke was everywhere. So when I got up, I said, "Dear, what's wrong?" So when I moved my hand like this, my wife flew across the room, Sid. It was crazy. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't have any kind of etiquette for this. I'd never seen this in a church. So I didn't know what was going on. I thought someone was playing a joke on me because it was a literal visible cloud.
You used to have like a Bible study. People would come over your house.
Yes.
And when they came over, could any of them see this cloud?
Everyone saw the cloud, Sid. It was so thick that people would walk through the door and they would literally fall forward on their face. Now, I've heard people fall backwards before, but I've never seen people fall on marble floor, no catcher, Sid, no courtesy drops, but literally fall forward on the floor under the power guard and be down there for hours. I mean, oil would drip from our ceiling. Lumps would just dissolve off of people's body and fall on the floor, and we had to sweep it up, Sid. Blind eyes open, deaf ears open, even resurrections took place.
You know, when I first became a believer, like you, I didn't have much of a paradigm on anything.
Yes.
But I read the New Testament, and I thought that was normal. I was shocked when the things that were happening to you,
yes.
It wasn't normal. It wasn't happening to everyone else.
Right, exactly. Well, Sid, this was the thing. I was a new believer, so I was asking the Lord, give me some form of mentorship. So I began to look at television because I didn't have really no pastor or anyone to kind of show me. So I began to watch your show. I had the manifestation, but I didn't have the revelation. So when I began to watch the people on your show, I began to even accelerate in the things of the glory realm.
You were called by God in full-time ministry.
Yes.
You were struggling, selling your rap music on the streets,
yes, I was.
making nothing, and then God tells you to do what?
Well, I was in front of a Walmart, Sid, and I was trying to pay my rent. And I only sold $3 worth of CDs that day. So all of a sudden, I heard this voice that I now know as the Holy Spirit. And I went he said, "Go to the restroom." So while I'm in the restroom, I heard that same voice say, a guy walked in the door. He said, "I want you to pray for James." So I walk up to the guy. This is a very awkward situation. We're in the restroom. And I said,
that's very awkward.
That's very awkward, Sid. So all of a sudden I say, I'm hearing the Lord saying, you need to pray for James. He said, "James? I am James." All of a sudden, Sid, I called out his mother name.
Excuse me. When he said, "I am James,"
yes.
I bet you were more shocked than him.
Sid, I felt it all in my dreadlocks. I'm telling you, that's how glorious it was. It was very electrifying. So all of a sudden, I called out his mother's name. I began to tell him about his situation, what's going on with his fiance. He fell on his knees right there in the restroom and gave his life over to Jesus.